Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Tigers franchise mode here in MLB The Show 21. So in last episode we had the entire offseason, and in today's episode we're going to be starting up the season simulation and see how our team is. We're probably also going to be doing the draft in this episode, even though I haven't scouted the draft class at all really yet, but just because we might as well get that done early on into the episode, and then the next episode we could just get the rest of the season done again, and we could just keep plowing through these seasons as fast as possible before our team is actually a competitive team and we need to keep track of their roster and stuff like that. So anyways, I did leave you guys with a little bit of a question. So with our starting pitchers, I wasn't sure if I wanted to have McElroy and Scooby in AAA because both of them are in AAA, and for some reason the AI has decided to put Fido and Perez in the MLB. So one thing that I am okay with doing is sending Fido down to AAA. He will go through waivers, so he might get claimed. But Perez I don't really want to put down because I feel like he will get claimed. Like Fido could get claimed and I'm fine with him going, but Perez I don't think I'm fine with him going yet. So I think we'll leave Scooble in AAA for the year, and I'm going to try Chauncey McElroy in the MLB for a little bit of the opening part of the season, and if for some reason he's doing really bad, maybe we should send him back down to AAA and use one of his minor league options and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to give him the shot, and we will move him up to the MLB. And then, as I was saying, we are going to try and send down Fido, and he probably will get claimed, but it is not the end of the world. So we'll put him on waivers, and we'll keep Perez up here just because he's 25 only, and he actually has potential, while Fido is a C potential, so he's probably not going to make it at this rate. So yeah, that's basically what we're going to do for those roster moves, and let's go to our lineups and get this all set up before we actually start simulating. So I don't really know about how to set this up, so I think I'll let the AI just set up that for now. But for the pitching rotation, we're going to have to throw in Chauncey McElroy as that number. We'll probably move him up over Perez. Yes, yeah, Perez is probably good in that 5 spot, even though he's only a 71. And yeah, Chauncey should be good at that number 4 spot. We could always move him up if he's outperforming guys like Wentz, Turnbull, and Manning. So I kind of like our young pitching core. Hopefully they pitch pretty decently. Like, I think we actually had a pretty good season for the most part for not having the greatest bullpen and stuff like that. So yeah, hopefully we just continue to get some development, and then our team could be a good team within the next few seasons. So that is the only things we're going to change around. I also did adjust where certain players are. So like Alpha, not in video. So David Jordan, Ladwig, Hill is in triple. And then Gerald Martin's going to be the best player in AA for starting pitchers, so that's going to be nice. Also, Selby's down there. Selby had a really good year in AA last year, and Castillo is going to be there. We drafted him just last season, I think. Then there's our relief pitchers. I'll just scroll through this because if I talk too long, then this episode's going to be probably a long episode. So Diego Corona is also in AAA. I'll just point out a few things, I guess. Chad Hirsch is in AA, and yeah, that's pretty much that. And also Bronson Bonner's in AA. So we have our 2 catcher prospects of the future down there. And in first base, we got Colvin in AAA and Valdez. Now, the only thing I think we are probably going to have to trade Renato Nunez, probably either in this episode or next episode, just because I think Colvin will play in the MLB at one point, and then we could play Fernando Valdez as the number 1 AAA player, and then eventually he will make it into the MLB and replace Colvin. So I don't think Nunez should be a part of our future. He only has 1 year left on his contract as well, so we probably will trade him away around the deadline, I would assume. Vidal Brujan is also in the MLB. Cortez is in AAA. Jonathan Johnson's in double. What else we got? I think that's pretty much it. Oh wait, Garcia's in AAA. He's actually getting closer to being ready, which is awesome. And then Gary Harris in triple. Rob Morrow's in double. Same with Robbie Harvey for now. There's our center fielders and right fielders. Ferris is in double as well, and Kiki McKenna. So yeah, that's our prospects and our setup. Let's get started with the season and see how Chauncey McElroy does. We'll probably go to Chauncey's first ever MLB game and then just see how it simulates. So his first ever game is against Seattle in Seattle, and it's an afternoon game. So let's sim through these first 3 games, and we will auto fix all of the lineups, and we win 2 and we lose 1. So Will Chauncey McElroy win his first ever start against Daniel Lynch of Seattle? Let's sim through this game, and we win 5-3. Chauncey didn't get credited with the win, so Chauncey was probably not that great. But Michael Fulmer came out of the bullpen and played really well. But let's take a look at Chauncey's stats from his first game. So, yeah, he wasn't fantastic. 5 innings, yeah, that was not a good performance from him. He walked 5 people in 5 innings, and he only had 2 strikeouts, and he had a 5.4 ERA and a 2 whip. If he continues to play like that, we might have to send it back down to triple. But for now, I think it's not the end of the world. And looks like Fido actually successfully passed through waivers, which is good. So we could call him back up and put McElroy back down. But I am going to let McElroy play a couple more games, I think, before we actually make the decision. So we will go to... When's McElroy's next game? It is against the White Sox, and that's his first home game. So we should actually take a look at that one as well. We lose 4 games in a row. Yikes. I know this team is going to be probably pretty bad, so it doesn't really matter that much. But let's see what Chauncey does in his second game. He loses 4-0. Yeah, I think Chauncey might go back down, as Spencer Turnbull got injured, so that's actually not good. So maybe we actually should keep Chauncey up for now. But Chauncey's not off to a really great start. But his whip is going back down, which is good. He is only walking 6 people now in 10 innings, so his walks went way down in that second game that he played. It could be just the fact that the team hasn't been that well. I don't know how to check that really, like with his attribute stats, like FIP I think it is, or WAR. His WAR is only negative 0.1, so isn't that not that bad? Or that is pretty bad, I don't even know. His FIP is 6.4. So yeah, I don't think he's doing that well. We'll probably let him play like 4 games, and then we'll probably send him back down. His next game's against Kansas City, so we'll sim through these games. And yeah, this team is not playing good. 4-9, which is okay. Let's see what Chauncey can do here, and he loses again. Yeah, we're going to probably send Chauncey back down. I don't want to rush his development so much. Like, his whip is actually getting better, and his ERA is getting better actually as time goes on, but he's still not winning games, but it could be just because their offense isn't that good. I mean, he does deserve the chance to like continue playing up here, and he is one of our best players. So you know what, we're actually going to keep him up here, I think, because he is getting progressively better each game, it seems like. And I think the best way for him to actually get some development is by playing in the MLB. If needed, we could always send him back down to AAA, but I don't think that's the end of the world if we do that. So yeah, let's sim to draft day and find out what he is like at the draft in terms of stats. As our team is losing a lot of games, but we are winning a couple recently. There's a 9-2 win over Pittsburgh. Okay, not too bad. There's a trade. Colton Wong goes to the Phillies for Manuel Vizcaino and Ryan Pageant. There you go. And let's auto-fix the lineups for AA. Whatever. Okay, so we are at the draft. We have a 24-31 record, so we're not the worst in our division. The Royals are below us. Let's take a look at some player stats before we actually get into the draft. So, Matt Manning has been not terrible, but he's not been great either. Spencer Turnbull's been actually pretty solid. His whip is a little bit high, but it's still not too bad. Casey Mize has been amazing. He's 0-1 in 23 innings. He's got 21 strikeouts, 7 walks. Like, his strikeout count isn't a lot, but his ERA and whip is pretty good. Wentz has been not that bad. His ERA is a little bit high. And then Chauncey has improved a lot. I am so glad I kept Chauncey up. Chauncey looks like he could be like a future Cy Young winner easily. He might end up winning Rookie of the Year if he keeps it up. Like 5-2 now. After that rough start in his first game, he's now 5-2, 57 strikeouts in 67 innings, so not a whole lot of strikeouts. He's got 22 walks, so he walks a decent amount of people as well, but his ERA is a 3.22 and a 1.10 whip, so that is very impressive for a young 20-year-old. He's jumped up to a 78. I hope he keeps that up all year, because if he does, this guy is going to be a stud of a player. Like, I feel like he could grow to like a 94 by the time he's only like 27 or something, so very excited to see how Chauncey continues, as Tarek Skubal's killing it in triple, my god. And same with David Jordan. Damn, our prospects are doing really good stuff right now, especially our pitching prospects from what I could see. yeah, we have a very bright future, I think, with this team. We do need more relief pitchers, so that's probably something we're going to address at this draft. Yeah, our starting pitchers are looking pretty good. How's Diego Corona doing? He's doing not too bad either. Nice. How about our actual infield men? So our catchers, so Chad Hirsch is playing pretty solid, I would say, and Bonner got injured, which is unfortunate for 1 to 2 months. Damn. I hope Bronson Bonner's not one of these injury-prone players. First baseman-wise, Valdez is killing it in triple, and he's past Colvin, so that's good. He's got 33 runs and 17 home runs, 51 RBIs. He's hitting at .332, and he's up to a 78 though, which is really good. That means he's probably going to take over Nunez's spot as our first baseman next season. Brujan is playing solid. I'll just scroll through some of the rest of these, except for our top prospects like Gary Hara I'm kind of interested about. Garcia's playing solid, I would say, but not fabulous. Gary Hara's not been super good so far. He's a 73, but he's hitting a .217. He's got 18 RBIs, 3 home runs. Not terrible. I hope he continues to get some development. And then what else we got? Right fielding guys. Veras has been bad, but Kiki McKenna's been okay. Interesting. So yeah, let's get to this draft after we find out some other stuff. So we're probably not even going to know a lot about these prospects and stuff like that, but it's whatever. This draft might not be that good, to be honest. Who knows? Let's take a look at the draft class before we actually go into it. And let's sort this. So I don't know where we're drafting. We're probably going to have like a pick around here. Ooh. If we could get Gilberto Villafuerte, I don't even know how to pronounce that name, that might not be a bad option. Even though he's 23 already, he looks like he could be a decent... Actually, he might be a bit of a project. He's not fully scouted yet, but he could be a project of a player. So he might not be that good, who knows. But I think we do need to definitely go after a relief pitcher at some point. The one I was looking at before, if I remember correctly... Maybe he's not that good anymore. I don't even remember who it was that I was looking at in the last episode. But yeah, anyways, let's just get into this draft. It's another shot in the dark draft, to be honest, but we'll see. Yeah, let's get to this draft. Go to draft. So we have the 9th overall pick. Baltimore has number 1. Let's see what we get. So before us, though, goes Ken Clements, Alex Salazar, Cardenas to Pittsburgh, Almanza to the Reds, Cruz to Texas, Leggett to Kansas City, Teddy Blunt to the Giants, Alberto Torres to the Marlins. Oh, I hope we make a good choice here. Let's go by ETA first and see who's been scouted out the most for this ETA. I don't really want to take a pitcher this early. I think Navoya would be a good second round option, maybe. What do we got here? Tucker, 20 years old, and he's a starting pitcher that could be 70 overall. So Dennis Tucker might be an interesting player to get. Yeah, Dennis Tucker might be good. Even though he's a starting pitcher, I might take him. Because I know we do have a lot of pitchers, but we could always add another. Center fielding, this guy does not look good. What else do we got here? A shortstop that's 18 years old. If this guy's as good as he says, that would be a really good steal. We do need maybe a shortstop in case Garcia doesn't pan out. But I don't know if Vince Means is actually that good. Like, if Vince Means doesn't go to, like, our next pick, maybe we'll take him then. But I don't really know if he's that good. Like, you can't trust it, to be honest. I kind of want to go with Gilberto. But because he does have probably the high potential, but he's actually probably low overall. Yeah, I don't really like looking at his stats right now. I feel like it's not very accurate. Like, if he's available in the second round, maybe we get him then. There's a relief pitcher that's 18. Doesn't have the highest ceiling, no. A right fielding prospect that could be okay, but once again, we don't really know. This guy looks like he could be a good fielding option and stuff like that, but he doesn't really have... like, he's not fully scouted, so it's kind of risky. This might be a very long episode because it's very tough for me to decide who I actually think we should be drafting. Like Caruso, this guy's 28 plus. He doesn't have a high ceiling, but he's almost fully scouted. But then again, there's also Thompson that's scouted almost out fully. This is a catcher prospect that could be pretty good. Yeah, this catcher prospect looks okay. Might be a bit of a project. I honestly do not know what we want to go after. Let's sort by potential and look at all the potential 80s, and then that's probably how we'll make our decision, I think. So Tucker is the one that I was looking at. I think Tucker might end up being our pick, to be honest. Now, what else we got here? I want to look at these players' ages and stuff and how much they're scouted. James Mayer, the relief pitcher. James Mayer, though. James Mayer could be a pretty good reliever. I might take James Mayer because we do need relief pitchers, but I don't know if that starting pitcher is going to be that good or not. And then there was also that shortstop I was debating about too. We want guys that are at least scouted decently. What else would we go with? Yeah, I don't want to go with Gilberto yet. He'd probably be another round pick if we can. This guy's only 18, but he's not very scouted, so this is such a tough decision. Okay, so I think we will go with... I hope that the shortstop is still available next round, just because I might take a shot in the dark with him, but he might be a bit of a project. He looks like he could be good at like fielding and stuff like that, but his contact and stuff isn't that great yet. I'm still thinking we should take him, because we do need definitely like a shortstop prospect, I would assume, at some point. But I don't know. I mean, the starting pitcher might be available next round. The relief pitcher, which is Mayer, I don't know if he will be. And he looks like he could be pretty good. He's halfway scouted, so this could be somewhat accurate. I'm trying to look and make sure I'm getting the right thing. Do I want to go with the 21-year-old? I feel like the shortstop's not going to be available if we go into next round, but I think the pitchers could be. So we're going to take a random shot in the dark with Vince Means. If he's that good, that is going to be a huge steal. If not, then that's going to be terrible, but we're going to take him. Let's see what went after our pick. See if we messed up. So, was Fior the one that I was looking at? No, I don't think so. Valdez, Fernandez, Diggs. So Gilberto went to Tampa Bay, so we're going to have to take a look at that after this draft. And what else? I don't know if those guys went that I was just looking at. Yeah, I don't think they did. I could be completely wrong with that. But let's sort again by overall. Yeah, so Dennis Tucker is still available, so I think I might go Dennis Tucker unless that relief pitcher, which James Mayer, is still there. So both of them are still there. That's good. I think we need relievers, though, over starting pitchers. So we're going to go with James Mayer, but if that starting pitcher is available next round, we will go with him. I just need a relief pitcher prospect that might be decent. And we'll go by this again, which that starting pitcher is gone. Where did he go? Let's go to our picks. So, starting pitchers. I know he wasn't going to fall that far, but... Wait, did I see that starting pitcher go? No, it doesn't look like it. Roy Kimball. No, it wasn't him. Looks like he didn't go. I could be completely wrong with that. Where are you? Oh, no, there he is. Dennis Tucker's still there. We're going to give a shot with Dennis Tucker. I'm glad that we actually were able to get those two guys, but who knows, maybe they don't have a high ceiling, maybe we're making the wrong picks, but sometimes you gotta take the wrong picks. Some of these guys might be projects, but maybe they're worth taking in case they develop, because Wayland is a second baseman. He's only 18, and then there's a 20-year-old first baseman, which we don't really need first baseman. This guy's a high injury risk potentially. So that's kind of scary. So I think we're going to try and risk it with his second baseman, even though he might not be that good. He might be a bit of a project, but it gives us a prospect of the future for our infield, which is something we need. Let's go by potential again. A right fielder. We already just drafted 2 right fielders last few drafts, but this guy looks like he could be a pretty good fielder. He's only halfway scouted though. There's another starting pitcher. I don't need more pitchers right now. There's some more closers that could be decent. This guy might have a high overall. I don't know. But he's not really scouted that much. Yeah, I think we're going to just take... Who is the one I was looking at? Was it the right fielder? Yeah, I think I'm going to just take the right fielder in prospect. Gives us more outfielding options. This might be a really bad draft for us. It might be a really good one. It might be an average draft, but we'll find out. And let's see, our next pick. 19-year-old second baseman. We could just go for another closer, to be honest. But there is a starting pitcher that might be decent. But he's already 22. 2025 ETA is intriguing because that means he would be ready next season already. If this is accurate, which it's not very scouted. So, And then there's the closing pitchers. That some of them could end up being just like relief pitchers at some point. I don't know what I trust, to be honest. I think I'll just take the starting pitcher, give it a random shot and a darken him. Maybe we'll take a closer with the last pick that we have. I don't know. Okay, so this is our last pick of the draft. This guy doesn't have a high potential, but he's only 18. And it's his 2025 ETA, which is really weird. His stats right now, yeah, he's below average of a player probably. I mean, he does have good speed and stealing probably, but he's below average of a player. That means our last pick is going to be, we could go with Jaeger. Actually, that's the guy I was just looking at, right? I honestly don't know. We could just take a random shot with a third baseman prospect. There's another relief pitcher maybe. Omar Cannon. I mean, I have a last name Cannon, which is a different spelling, but still, he might have a cannon of an arm. You know what, let's take a risk with this other relief pitcher. We need relievers, might as well grab another. And that is the draft. So let's take a look at what we got in this draft. Hopefully we actually made some good decisions. We'll also take a quick look at the all-star voting and that type of thing, and then that'll be pretty much it. We'll actually take a look at our player stats again, just so we could kind of make some decisions for next episode. So let's see what we got here. So Vince Means, 65 overall is pretty good. C potential only for a shortstop is not great, but he is only 18, so his potential can go up. So I would say that's a win. He does have good speed, good stealing. He does have like really good stuff for outfielding and whatnot, or well, infielding and stuff like that. But yeah, his contact and power. His power is not that bad. His contact needs some work, and especially on contact versus right-handed pitchers. So we will have to get him to train in that area, but he looks like he could be very good. So that's not a bad pick, actually. 78 potential, shortstop. Could be a decent second option behind Luis Garcia if Luis Garcia pans out. Next pick was James Mayer, 76, 59 overall. Not the greatest pick. He doesn't have a high ceiling. He doesn't have a high overall. I wouldn't say that's a win, that pick. And then Dennis Tucker was a huge steal in that third round. I knew Dennis Tucker looked special. 67 overall, added to the draft, and an 88 potential. So he's like our David Jordan from last year, I think it was. So that's a very good pick. And then Wayland Wall, 85 potential, but only a 54 overall. So, but he is only 18, so he could reach that, but it is going to take a lot of development. Raymond Campos, 57 overall, 85 potential, and only 18 again. So another guy that could develop into something if we get the right right growth or whatever with them. And then Robbie Polino, not too bad either. 69 overall at 22, a little bit of a project, and he will be a little bit older when he makes it to the MLB, but still not that bad. He could be like an MLB player at 24, 25, which is not that bad. And then Omar Cannon is not terrible, but he does have some potential, so he might end up being a reliever at some point. But overall wise, I would say a pretty good draft for the most part. I'm very actually happy with Vince Means. I didn't think he was going to be that good, but we are going to have to like train him a lot in terms of his contact and hitting, because or else he's just going to be one of those guys that maybe like pinch runner or something for people. So we're going to sign all of them just because that's what we normally do anyways, because eventually we'll replace all our actual players with like prospects, I would say. So we'll sign them all up. So yeah, not too bad of a draft for us. Let's take a look at some of the other teams' drafts for as well. So Leggett, I think, was a higher up pick, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember seeing him. Let's see, is there any steals? 63 overall, 86 potential. So that's a pretty good one for Kansas City. A good closer prospect, maybe. But he is only 21 already. And then also Terrain's not that bad. For the Twins, any big steals? 62 overall already. He's not terrible, but not a high ceiling. 73 overall shortstop, Albert Stromer. Jeez. This guy only has 66 potential, but he's a 73 at 20. So this guy actually might end up being a pretty good player at some point. Like, he's got some good hitting, actually. So nice pickup for the Twins there. Maybe the highest overall player of the draft, who knows. Ooh, a 37 at 20 years old. I feel bad for Houston on that pick, even though they did cheat the World Series at one point, but damn, that is a pretty bad one. What else do we got here? 67 but 62 potential, 60, 70 potential. There's Richard Cobb, who was, I think, a higher up pick, 90 potential. So far, it doesn't look like a great draft. Oh, 70 overall, but 83 potential. I think Andy Cruz was a higher up pick, if I'm not mistaken. So that's not a great pick for Texas. 73 overall out of the draft for this 18-year-old center fielder. Only 66 potential, but still pretty good. Wow. Richard Selby is 75 out of the draft. So actually, this draft actually had some pretty good overall bases for some people. Not that great of potential for some people too, but good overalls out of the gate. So this actually might have been an okay draft for the most part. What else we got? Thomason. Yeah, some of these teams had some pretty bad drafts, it looks like. And what else we got? Reds. Almanza was a higher up pick. I think 97 potential, but he's only a 47 at 21. So I think that was a bad pick by the Reds, even though he does have the potential. He might not make it. They just got to develop that guy, though, really well. What else we got here? Okay, the Pirates. Cardenas was a higher up pick. I remember him. 92 potential at 18. That's not terrible, but he's only a 57 overall. And then the Cardinals. Not really good at all. 69 overall is pretty good, but once again, 66 potential only. See, I think this draft was a little bit weird. Like Salazar, another 97 potential, but a 56 overall. So I feel like the first round wasn't that great, but then the later rounds had some better players in it. This guy's a 68, but 23 already. A lot of picks for the Dodgers. There's San Diego. That's actually a pretty good pick. 68 starting pitcher, 87 potential. And there you go. 71 for Blount. That guy went like a little bit just before our pick, but only 77 potential. Yeah, so it seems like most of the people that went in the first round have high overalls, but they have not that great of potentials, or they have low potential or low overalls and high potentials. Ken Clements, another shortstop, 98 potential, 67 overall. So this draft actually had some pretty good shortstops in it. So I'm glad we took Means when we did, because he probably would have went if we didn't take him. 70 overall in that last round. And then Tampa Bay got Gilberto Villafuerte, who I was looking at. 84 potential, 62 overall at 23 is not great. So I think we made the right decision with our pick, even though we only have a C potential player with our pick. He could end up being better than that, because he's really young. So there is the draft. I think I showed you all of them. Yep, there's all the teams and their picks. So let's take a look at the All-Star voting for fun, just to see if there's anybody up there for us that is getting votes. Which right now, the highest for starting pitcher Chauncey is actually getting some votes for the All-Star game. I don't think he'll actually make the All-Star game unless he continues to play like this, but that's actually nice to see. He has been really good so far. Relief pitcher-wise, who is our highest relief pitcher? That could make it Michael Fulmer. He might end up making the All-Star game. He's been really good for us so far as well. Yeah, he's 4-1 with a 3.23 ERA, so pretty solid. Colin Poche also up there. Not too bad. Closing pitcher-wise, any closers? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, no closers. Catcher-wise, we probably don't have any like infielders. Oh, actually Jackson Reitz is up there for votes, so not too bad. Jackson Reitz has been pretty good so far, I think. Or he might be a little bit average. He's got 9 home runs already, though, which is good. First baseman-wise, what is it? Renato Nunez is up there, but we might eventually trade him away, as I was mentioning a little bit earlier. I won't scroll through that much more. I'll just go through this like this. Candelario's up there, so that's good. Shortstops, Willie Castro's up there. Damn, we actually have a decent amount of players that are up there. Obviously, not all of them will make the All-Star game, but still. And that is that. Final thing, let me take a look at what we could potentially get for somebody like Nunez. And then I think that'll be pretty much it for this episode. So, if we are to trade Nunez in next episode for prospects, things we could get are all these type of options. There's a lot of actually trade options. I might have to look through this all in the next episode, but we could find some decent prospects to get back from him. Like there's some younger guys. That is if we want to trade him. There's like a relief pitcher that's 69 overall, beat potential, and only 20. And then we would also get 1 from the Twins as well. Yeah, so we get 2 players back for 1, but that relief pitcher could be a really good player for the future. So that 1 from the Twins might be the most intriguing, in my opinion, right now. But that is that, and I think that is it for this episode. So, anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Tigers franchise mode. So if you guys want me to trade away anybody in specific, let me know down below as we look to continue building this team up, because I think our future is pretty bright with the way our starting pitcher prospects have been playing. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.